What is up, iPad Focus fam? We're kicking things off with a rapid-fire montage of the hottest Apple news. First up, Apple is diving deep into conservation with a massive investment in California redwoods. Lisa Jackson and the Conservation Fund are leading the charge to protect these iconic trees and combat climate change. You do not want to miss this. Then, get ready for the grand reopening of Apple Ginza in Tokyo, completely redesigned and better than ever. This historic store, Apple's first outside the US, is back with 4 floors of innovation and customer experience. We've got all the details on what's new. We're also tracking a major environmental initiative from Apple, expanding their Restore Fund across the globe. Apple is now invested in 24 conservation and regenerative agriculture projects on 6 continents, all part of their ambitious carbon-neutral goals. Lisa Jackson is at the forefront of this vital work. And finally, iOS 26.1 is dropping with some sweet upgrades for Apple Music and more. Fans of Apple Music are in for a treat with new swiping gestures, and the Calendar and Photos apps are getting some much-needed love too. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and let's get into it. Apple's Redwood Revolution, protecting California's giants. Apple is making a monumental commitment to environmental stewardship with a significant new investment in the restoration and sustainable management of a working redwood forest in California. This groundbreaking initiative, carried out in partnership with the Conservation Fund, aims to protect the majestic Gualala River forest in Mendocino County. This project is a crucial part of Apple's expanded Restore Fund, a global effort now encompassing 24 conservation and regenerative agriculture projects across 6 continents. The Gualala River forest is not just an ecological treasure, home to hundreds of wildlife species, but also a vital economic resource for local communities. Through this collaboration, the Conservation Fund will ensure the forest's sustainable management, while Apple will benefit from the carbon credits generated by its growth, directly contributing to their ambitious goal of becoming carbon neutral by the end of the decade. Lisa Jackson, Apple's Vice President of Environment, Policy, and Social Initiatives, expressed her excitement, calling forests one of the most powerful technologies we have for removing carbon from the atmosphere. This initiative highlights Apple's dedication to leveraging nature-based solutions for carbon removal, while simultaneously supporting communities and enhancing biodiversity worldwide. The tech world and environmental advocates are buzzing about Apple's proactive approach. Analysts are praising the company's tangible commitment to its sustainability goals, while local communities in California are hopeful for the economic and ecological benefits this investment will bring. But Apple isn't just focused on forests, they're also reinventing retail spaces. Get ready for a deep dive into the stunning redesign of Apple Ginza. Tokyo's tech oasis reimagined, Apple Ginza reopens. Get ready for a spectacular return as Apple Ginza in Tokyo officially reopens its doors this Friday, boasting an entirely new design that spans an impressive 4 floors. This landmark store, which holds the distinction of being Apple's very first retail location outside of the United States when it originally opened in 2003, has undergone a massive transformation. The original Apple Ginza was a pioneer, featuring a sprawling Genius bar, an 84-seat theater, and even an internet cafe. After relocating to a temporary space in 2022 during the renovation of the Seigyusa building, the new flagship store is set to redefine the retail experience. Visitors can look forward to a dedicated Apple pickup station for seamless online order collection, an accessible Genius bar with varied seating heights, a specialized area for immersive Apple Vision Pro demonstrations, and the continuation of free Today at Apple Creative Sessions. Apple has even released a special, store-exclusive wallpaper for iPhone, iPad, and Mac to commemorate the occasion. Excitement is building among Apple enthusiasts and Tokyo residents alike, eager to experience the cutting-edge design and enhanced services. Industry observers are highlighting Apple Ginza's reopening as a testament to Apple's continued investment in creating unique and engaging retail environments. From retail innovation to software refinement, Apple is constantly pushing boundaries. Next up, we're exploring the exciting new features arriving with iOS 26.1. Apple's green ambition, expanding the Restore Fund for global impact. Apple is significantly amplifying its environmental commitment by expanding its innovative Restore Fund, now backing a diverse portfolio of 24 conservation and regenerative agriculture projects across 6 continents. This ambitious initiative underscores Apple's unwavering dedication to achieving carbon neutrality across its entire footprint by the end of this decade. Central to this expansion is a new investment in the Gualala River Forest in California, a vital coastal redwood ecosystem. In partnership with the Conservation Fund, Apple is supporting the restoration and sustainable management of this critical habitat. Lisa Jackson, Apple's Vice President of Environment, Policy, and Social Initiatives, emphasized the power of forests, stating, "Forests are one of the most powerful technologies we have for removing carbon from the atmosphere." The Restore Fund, initially launched with Goldman Sachs and Conservation International, has grown to include investments managed by Climate Asset Management and direct contributions from suppliers like TSMC and Murata. This strategic expansion is crucial for Apple's goal of reducing global emissions by 75% from 2015 levels and offsetting remaining emissions with high-quality carbon removal credits, aiming to remove 9.6 million metric tons of carbon annually by 2030. Environmental groups and sustainability experts are hailing Apple's expanded Restore Fund as a leading example of corporate responsibility. The focus on nature-based solutions is particularly lauded for its scalability and multifaceted benefits, including biodiversity enhancement and community support. Larry Selzer, President and CEO of the Conservation Fund, highlighted the critical need to protect U.S. forests, noting that America's forests are under immense pressure. While Apple invests in the planet's future, they're also fine-tuning the present. Prepare for a look at the latest iOS 26.1 updates. iOS 26.1 Beta, Smarter Music, Calendar, and Photos. Apple is rolling out a significant beta update, iOS 26.1, bringing a host of quality-of-life improvements to several key apps, with Apple Music fans set to enjoy particularly welcome enhancements. This update focuses on making everyday interactions with your iPhone more intuitive and satisfying. The most notable change for many will be within the Apple Music app. Now, you can effortlessly swipe left or right along the mini player, that compact bar at the bottom displaying your currently playing track, to skip to the previous or next song. Beyond music, the Calendar app receives a visual overhaul, with events now displaying a colored background corresponding to their originating calendar, making it far easier to distinguish between personal, work, or social commitments at a glance. The Photos app also benefits from subtle but impactful design tweaks, including a more frosted appearance for the navigation bar, improving legibility against various backgrounds, and a redesigned slider for video scrubbing. Other enhancements include new languages for Apple Intelligence and AirPods Live Translation, and a wider Safari tab bar. Beta testers are reporting a smoother and more organized experience across these core applications. The intuitive gestures in Apple Music and the enhanced visual cues in Calendar are being praised for streamlining daily use, demonstrating Apple's commitment to refining user interfaces based on feedback. That's all the Apple news we've got for you today, but stick around for a super fast recap and our full call to action. And that's a wrap on today's Apple news. We saw Apple invest big in California redwoods through the Restore Fund. Apple Ginza is back with a stunning 4-floor redesign. Apple continues to expand its global environmental initiatives with the Restore Fund. And iOS 26.1 is bringing slick new features to Apple Music and more. If you loved this update, smash that like button, subscribe to iPad Focus for all your Apple needs, ring that notification bell so you never miss a video, and drop a comment below telling us what you think of these updates. And don't forget to follow us on all our social channels for even more Apple insights. We'll see you in the next one.